All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Again, this is Man of Prestige. Join the Prestige family. It's very, very easy. Just join the Prestige family by hitting the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. All right, what we're talking about today. What we're talking about. So we're talking about EZRA. His name is EZRA OLUBI. You should be able to see his picture easily on the screen. His name is EZRA OLUBI. So young man, co-founder, co-founder at Paystack. So think about PayPal, right? The PayPal. In fact, thanks. I want to say shout out to Abby who brought us a lot of information in the backstage earlier on. This was very useful information. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Abby. All right. So I'm just gonna read real quick. His name is EZRA OLUBI. Is a co-founder of Paystack. Paystack was acquired by Stripe. Stripe is a company that I've used for years. We use them for credit card collection, money collection, payment solution, online payment solution, basically like credit card merchant, all of that wrapped into one. They embed into your website and you're able to collect money. You can also collect money on a physical business as well. But Stripe purchased, they acquired a part of, I don't know what the acquisition slip look like, but basically there was an acquisition of Paystack by Stripe for $200 million. So of course these kids are probably balling in Ikoyi somewhere, lots of money, but probably a lot of hard work because they created a company that obviously they deemed valuable. So it says acquisition means ownership shift, and whatever board control EZRA once had becomes diluted and even non-existent. Bottom line is, it was the chief technology officer of that company. He was one of the executives of that company. But today he got exposed all over the place. It's nasty, it's messy, you know. He got exposed for PDF type, ality type, confused, all kind of craziness, you know. He got exposed. So I'm actually going to be going through some of that. What happened was there was a goes between him and some lady who brought her marriage into a relationship with him. She brought her wife into a relationship with him. I know it's probably just as confusing to you as it was for me in the beginning, but I'm going to read. So actually, TechPoint.Africa, they published this. They said Paystack CTO EZRA OLUBI suspended over allegations of sexual misconduct involving a subordinate. OLUBI will remain suspended pending investigations. Paystack has suspended its co-founder. He's a co-founder and Chief Technology Officer EZRA OLUBI over allegations of sexual misconduct involving a subordinate. The suspension follows the resurfacing of several old posts on X that triggered widespread criticism online. In an email response to TechPoint Africa, Paystack confirmed the news of OLUBI's suspension, stressing that it takes such matters very seriously. And I quote, as of Thursday evening, November 13, 2025, EZRA has been suspended from all duties and responsibility pending a formal investigation in accordance. Now, what are they talking about? I don't want to bore you guys with English. What are they talking about? So I'm going to share this screen. Some of them might be disturbing, but I will try to code them up a little bit. So let's look at some of the tweets that he's been exposed for. All right. Let me see. Under the what am I looking at? Marriott. I don't know what I'm looking at. You said under the prison sexual some. Anyway, Chinya, I see you. Chinya, good to see you. All right. So these are some of the tweets that young man has been posting online for a while now, as far back as 2011. So let's go through it, and then you be the judge. This one says, just got disvirgined by. Okay, this is a girl posting this. Just got disvirgined by him. That's his handle. And I heard that he's since shut down his Twitter page, so you might not find anything up there. But anyway, just got this version by him, EZRA, and somebody else was tagged, was beside me. Oh, so cool. And then he posted best sex ever. But of course, that's what I tell everybody I this virgin. Okay, that's not too bad yet, right? Another one says, sometimes I just go on all fours and follow the cat around the house, blowing air on his anus. I hope we don't get shadow banned here today. It's already nasty. I don't know. Maybe his name is actually flagging the, you know, who knows? But let's just get through it. It's just another day. Okay. Another day. Now, just warning, trigger alert, they're disturbing. Okay. Trigger alert, they are disturbing, just so you know. Another one says something. Okay, I already put that. This one says, my date last night called me a PDF. I told her that was an awful big word for a 12-year-old. Okay, this was posted back in 2010. Okay, clearly in 2010 would have been how many years ago? 20, how many years ago? 15 years ago. So he would have been what, about 24, 25 years old. Is that an excuse to post this kind of stuff? In due time, they hunt you down. Your behaviors in the past can hunt you down. So another one says, single, taking, and still touching my cat's nipples. And then he checked, still touching his cat's nipples. Okay, that's weird. All right, so they pulled up all the tweets because, again, he fell out with a lady ex who had brought her own wife into a relationship with him. And they were doing this, they were playing house, they call it polycule. Okay. And I looked that up earlier on. I'm learning about that word for the first time too, because I know a couple of people said, including Mara, said they learned it for the first time. It's a combination of poly or poly and molecule, right? Mm-hmm. Another tweet here says he's retweeting something. Sex with Jagger, the INEC chairman, moans. Okay, actually, I'm not going to. Okay, all right. Let's keep it moving. Again, this guy is now a professional worth probably a couple of tens of millions of dollars, and then he's now, since yesterday, destroyed his life is destroyed now because of his past. So, and if you don't know anything about the corporate world, if they can cancel Kanye West, take away his $1 billion empire, just like that, just because he didn't know how to shut his mouth, what do you think they're going to do a Nigerian young black man? What do you think is going to happen? Okay, so when you want to be free, just know that can come at a cost. That's all. As long as you're okay with that, all of us, the rest of us, were also okay. Another one, he said, I really want to know what this tastes like. That is a picture of, looks like it's the legs of an animal. You know, as the balls. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that alone. Another one here, somebody's backside said, the fuck? What is this? He posted this. Okay, just basically being weird on the internet. Okay, another one said, let me wanking. Okay, that's weird. This boy has been weird for a long time. Another one says, just learned housemaids are the number 3 carriers of Hep B, right after cats and ex-girlfriends. Okay, it seems a little bit obsessed with cats, and I think I've seen another post about the hepatitis B. Anyway, another one says, save water, take a bath with your neighbors. Let's pause so that we don't get flagged. Daughter. Weirdo. Another one says, with the way I just looked at this young girl, I hope my daughter doesn't grow a pair of boobs till she turns 18. Okay. And then here is in the picture here, kissing the belly of a cat. Weirdo. Another one with two cats on his laps. And then he posted some love tonight. So apparently he had another handle in the past before he changed it. Okay, this was his old handle that he changed apparently. Okay, but you know they can always track you down. Okay. If you change your handle, there are tools, free tools on the internet to say, what did this person's handle used to be? Yes. Why? Because everybody must be held accountable. We don't have a choice. It's not self accountability is a choice, but the other type of accountability is not a choice, especially for men. It is not a choice. All right, let's keep going. Another one says, in South Africa, grape is always the answer. Grape stopped appetite, cured AIDS. Now it's being tested on lesbians. Okay. This was posted with his brand new verified page at still around about, well, even if you change your handle, when they go pull up, there's records of all this stuff up there. There's paper trail of everything you say on the internet. That's really the lesson here, and I'm going to take that off my screen immediately. If you didn't see it, thank you, Jesus. Another one says, MTN keeps going down on you guys. I wish I were you guys, and MTN was a little, yeah, he's a weirdo. I'm not going to read that out. Let's just try to code as much as possible today, because this live stream is already shadow banned, so I don't want to make it worse. Okay, let's just have fun for the Prestige family. Somebody called this baby's mom to get her kid off me. On a second thought, not her mom. And then he goes, my huge money won't help the situation. He's a weirdo. Another one says, underage girls are always on his case. Is it the face or the brace? The society should be glad. Okay. I wonder if he lived in Nigeria always. Maybe he lived in the overseas at one point. I'm just wondering. No, I think he's a graduate of Babcock, they said, Babcock University. All right. Another one says, about 10 years from now, I'm going to be having sex with my wife, missionary position. And then he goes, one of us will be asleep. He's a weirdo. Another one says, that was actually a reference to one of my tweets where I was admiring a 5-year-old girl's. Okay, so he didn't care. I mean, if he cared, I mean, it's either he didn't care or he's dumb, one of the two. Because you can't become a Paystack co-founder overnight. He must have been working so hard on their platform or even other platforms that he didn't make it. He must have been working hard for so long. But that's the thing, you lost everything. I keep telling you, it's not enough that you're a hard worker. It is not enough that you're a good guy, a man of good character. It is not, all those things are bare minimum. You're supposed to do those things as a human being. But in order to win amongst about 8 billion people, you have to realize that you need to rise much, much more above just good character and good behavior. You have to be wise. You have to have foresight, especially as a young man. Another one here says, I have a touching relationship with my cousin. Can't wait to get to third base. Another one says, guess who goes ahead to say he's got low sperm count just to score one with ladies, worried about getting pregnant? Him. Okay. So Monday would be more fun with an A in it. Touch a co-worker today inappropriately. Okay. Weirdo. Let's see here. What did I do? How do I put this back on? Let me see. Okay. I don't know. Okay, this is it. Okay. Right here. Okay. Okay, and I think that was it. So this boy has caused a lot of trouble for himself now. And now he has to pay the price. So because of all those tweets you're looking at, before we get back into the news itself, let me pull this up real quick. Okay. 1 second. Okay, let's turn this down a little bit. Okay. Here we go. All right. So I was scrolling yesterday on Instagram, and then I saw the post. So that's where I first saw it. I didn't first of all. Well, I think I saw Solomon Bucci making a comment about it. Yeah, that's what it was first. So here's what Solomon Bucci had to say. Let me make sure my audio is good. All right, good. Let's listen. Listen in, guys.
Wrote 5 paragraphs, 188 words. Not one mention of that guy's name, Ezra. That's his name. Or have you forgotten? Ozzy made a whole post on Twitter. Not one mention of his name. Kiki Modi on her Instagram post wrote a whole lot of word salads there. Didn't mention his name. All of a sudden, you're now being political. Where is that feminist vim with which you drag people for their opinions? Where is that feminist vim with which you call for the heads of men over their opinions, and men who have even said way less things than what your degenerate cat meowing friend has done? All of a sudden, your voices are so soft, especially you, Uloma. You called Apostle Emmanuel Iren a rapist for speaking against false rape accusations.
Wow.
Where is that energy now? All of you are ideological bastards. You are vile people. You call sensible women pick me while auditioning to be uprooted by a degenerate man who sleeps with his cat. You punch down on women who are married who want to submit to their husband.
All right. Let me pay some bills. Then I see a lot of you have comments in there. Let me pay some bills. I'll come right back. Hey, Abby, good to see you, Abby. Toby and Tribe, good to see you. My people, good to see you all. Who else? Of course, Chinye is here. No, we already shadow banned. I might as well just read it. So don't read them. I think I try to call them, Sha. But I'm reading your comments way too late anyway. All right, so let me pay some bills. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Ola, man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoy this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.